convention. We will make history. Welcome to the Psychic News Network. I'm Annette. I'm your host and the founder of the Psychic News Network. Nice to see you. How are you doing? Are we pumped? Are we all fired up like Obama? Phew. It's good. It's good to know that as hard as we're working, we're not the only ones working so hard. And I know you're working really hard to save our democracy, because why wouldn't you be? If we didn't have democracy, this is what you got to tell people. If we didn't have it, if all of a sudden, I'm not saying it's going to happen, I'm just saying, these are the things we have to think about so we don't take it for granted. If we ever lost our democracy, well, for one thing, personally, everything that I do would be taken away from me. And everything that you do would be taken away from you. And I think when I see people that are supporting the loser, when I see people that are flying their Trump flags freely and defiantly, as if they know something that we don't know, the truth of the matter is we know something they don't know. And what we know is that they would lose everything. They would lose everything. So because they don't know, because they're flying the Trump flag, because they don't know, because if they knew they wouldn't be flying a Trump flag, they're acting as though they know something that we don't know. But the truth is, we know something that they don't know. They don't know what a dictatorship is. And they don't know what fascism is. And they don't know what Project 2025 is. Because if they knew, they would rip that Trump flag down from wherever it is. And they would burn it. Alright? So that's what I want to tell everybody. Because when we reflect on what we've lost so far, because of MAGA, because of this cult of personality, like Obama put it, it is a cult. If we lost it all, it would be because they didn't know. Because nobody really told them. Right? Let's get into it, shall we? I'm going to crack the window. Talk amongst yourselves. And on another note, I'm getting ready to go to DC. And that's going to be on Friday. So, as far as I know, I'll be live streaming, but the schedule might change. While you're here, please subscribe if you haven't already. Please hit the thumbs up. Please know that what I do and the continuation of what I do relies on your support. So I appreciate you all being supportive. We're supportive of each other here. One thing that I really, there's so many things that I really enjoy seeing. One thing that I really enjoy seeing is, because we don't really, we don't know everybody in America, right? But to see them all and all these people from all the different states in one place, we get to know that we're fighting this together. We get to know that we're not the only ones that are concerned. We get to know that we're part of this great big collective. And that we're part of the great big giant huge democratic movement. And we're the cool people, alright? We're the cool people. Let's really know and be proud of what we're standing for. Because we've got it going on. And they're lost in space. Anybody that thinks that Donald Trump would be good for this country has had their mind messed with in a big way. So, on a different topic, I want to show you I went to the farmer's market. Wednesday's farmer's market day. We have a small farmer's market. It used to be a big one, but it's a lot of work and people don't want to do all the work. But I found the biggest tomato maybe I've ever seen. So I'm doing a commercial for farmers markets. Support your local farmers. This is an heirloom tomato. I don't know if I can grow them like this, but I just wanted to tell you. And the flowers are from the farmers market too. I thought it was so amazing that I just wanted to show it to you. All right. On Monday it was a full moon. I know, isn't that an amazing? It's an heirloom. Let me show it to you guys again. It's an amazing tomato. I almost don't want to cut it. A beefsteak. This is an heirloom. I don't know if heirlooms are beefsteak. Save the seeds. Ugh. Yeah, we could. This is like a whole meal. Support your local farmers. That's another thing that we really need to. Yeah, huge tomato, right? Keep track of. And the wonderful thing about the farmers market where I live is that I get the freshest fish ever. Okay. What shall we look at? Having better temperatures. Yes, it cooled down significantly here. Significantly. It's very interesting. I do remember last summer I went the entire summer without AC as I am this summer. And the only time I needed it was in September. So, oh, Thomas is having a hard time finding new dad jokes? You can repeat the ones we haven't seen in a while. I won't tell. I won't tell that you already told that. I'm going to pull 3 cards about this is my pointer. This is what I'm going to pull 3 cards about. Trump is up to no good. In no uncertain terms, he's up to really no good. And what Trump is up to is because he's so angry and he's such a child and he's got connections to our enemies. What Trump is up to, and you may have heard this, there was a little bit of a news blip on NPR, was that now that Biden, now this is interesting because I know that Biden was working on a ceasefire agreement. But first a dad joke. What do the tomatoes say to the lettuce? Let us be friends. Ba-dum-bum. Good one. So Biden has been working with Kamala Harris. They've been working. You know, there's still the president and the vice president. We'll get to RFK. And so Trump in full on like don't let the border bill pass. Full on that mode. Destroy everything. Because Trump is the destroyer. He's like the bull in the china shop, and that's putting it mildly. He's been intervening. Trump has been intervening. He's been interfering with the ceasefire negotiations and talks. And on Monday night, Monday was before it hadn't gotten started yet. The last time that we got together Monday night, it hadn't gotten started yet. But I did see that when I read on Biden and how things were going to go for him Monday night and all that, with everything that was going on, it was beautiful. What Ashley Biden said was just amazing. Monday night was like, wow, what the heck is going on here? It was beautiful. It was really uplifting and really inspiring. But when I had read on it before Monday night, before we watched the DNC, I pulled the 5 of Pentacles. We were asking how it was going to be for Biden on Monday. Yeah, it's the Logan Act that Trump is violating. And what I saw the 5 of Pentacles, and how Biden was feeling was the question. We have to ask that often. How's he doing? And I got this really strong sense that he felt, and I mentioned it, he felt like sad that he wanted to get something accomplished by now that he hadn't. I probably didn't say it exactly that way, but I definitely saw it and mentioned that. He was upset that he hadn't gotten able to get something done. What the thing was that he hadn't gotten, was unable to get done, Biden, was that ceasefire agreement. 3 weeks ago, Netanyahu shows up at Mar-a-Lago. And guess what Trump and Bibi were talking about at Mar-a-Lago? That Trump was going to interfere, probably promising Bibi something, I don't know, maybe ownership of Mar-a-Lago or something. Because Trump wants Biden to not have that win. So, I'm going to pull 3 cards about whether Trump is going to be held accountable. That is a crime. That's a horrific crime. I don't think there's any crime that Donald Trump hasn't committed, including indirectly the crime of murder. I really can't think of a crime that Donald Trump has not committed. And and Bibi is under his own indictments, and I've said many times that I see him arrested. Well, this is long before October 7th, 2023. We're going to pull 3 cards. How's this going to go? How's this going to go for the loser who just cannot stop the evil, you know? Yeah, you like Biden, but Kamala's bringing down the house. Go Kamala, you know, it's like Joe Biden was the president for the time that we were in. We needed somebody with mega experience to get us out of the nightmare hell that we were in under the loser who pretended the pandemic wasn't a thing, who pretended the pandemic was a Democratic hoax and said so. So, 3 cards about what Trump is up to with his antics, because as sure as the nose on my face, he's up to something heinous that has to do with our security. Yes. Where's Damon? Is Damon in the house? Oh, he went to Estonia, so he's probably not on, but this is Damon's favorite card. Yes. 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 It is here's the thing. Trump is a malignant narcissist, sociopath. He has a murdering brain. He doesn't care if people die. We saw that during COVID. It's Glenn Kirshner, not Glenn Kushner. Kushner is Jared. We don't want to mix. I'm going to Glenn Kirshner's event in DC in a couple days. Just FYI. Okay, so how that's going to go for Trump? Definitely the evidence could be found in an investigation. The evidence could be found. The 3 of Swords, inflict pain. No, don't apologize. I was just trying to help you out there, Dale. No worries. We all make typos. And the 3 of Swords is about the pain that Bibi and Trump are willing to inflict. Like, they're just in survival mode. They're in, we don't want to go to prison. We don't want to be held accountable. We want to be kings of the world. So, and you had a fire? Oh, I'm sorry. Why did the tomato go out with a prune? Because he couldn't find a date. What do you mean you're out of dad jokes? That doesn't really sound like you're out of dad jokes. That's a funny one. They're waiting. This is the plan that Trump and Bibi have. They're conspired to plan. You had to search for a dad joke. That was good. We applaud your efforts. We should tip you. Let me see. So I have the Temperance card. Yeah, they're actually, Bibi and Trump are a little bit They're iffy on the timing. They're iffy on whether they can pull this off timing-wise. Let's pull 3 more cards. I know that we all believe in karma, and we all believe and know that they have it coming to them. It's just like, it's about damn time. Don't you think? Hello, hello, hello. 3 more cards about this. Glad everything's okay, Anne. If you want any insight about that event, you can get a reading. Way past time that he's held accountable. Okay, so 3 cards. We'll get to the good stuff, don't worry. We will. Hey, Yogi Bear. 3 cards to further the story of what Bibi and Trump are up to. I feel like they're having a hard time, the 2 of them, figuring out the timing when they could do this. Yes, we need to have Kamala strengthen the Logan and Hatchacks, absolutely. And I just want to go back to what I've said repeatedly. That when I asked my guides years ago what the reason for Trump was, they said that soul's purpose is to force America to strengthen her democracy, in no uncertain terms. Sounds like JFK Jr. is bringing an end to his campaign. Will he endorse Trump? Somebody already said that he already did, but I thought that that happened a while back. Because I think JFK, RFK. Don't confuse me. I think he had already said he was endorsing Trump, even though, like, he was supporting Trump, even though he was still in the race. All right. Amen. If you're new here, make sure you subscribe. Netanyahu and the loser. Okay, well, they're kind of going to be left. The 7 of Swords is they're up to crimes, big, giant crimes. Yeah, it's RFK, not JFK. I know it's easy to confuse them. I'm here to correct people if I can, if it's needed. But if that bothers you, just let me know. The Hermit is indicating that now this is what I pick up about Bibi and Trump. Both of them are stupid idiots, and I mean like IQ wise. They want to steal. Yeah, his dementia showing. That's true. They want to steal. They want to crime. They want to commit international crimes. My nails. My nails are a hack job right now. But anyway, they want to commit international crimes. That's what they're all about. But they're really in survival mode in the sense that they're just scrambling. They're panicked. The both of them, Bibi and Trump. They don't know what they can get away with. Yeah, they're pretty stupid people. Very, very stupid. And the 9 of Cups is they've already had their little party. And it's going to end with them being... The Hermit indicates they're going to have to kind of hide. The guy on the right looks like Zelensky. He does, doesn't he? And by the way, speaking of Zelensky and Ukraine and Russia, I really feel Putin failing. So I don't think that Trump and Bibi are going to be able to pull this off because I have the Hermit card, and that means I'm getting the sense of like, yeah, they have the plan, but they can't find a way to put their plan into action that will really work. Right now, Bibi and Trump are looking at timing. It's a mess. They're both a mess. They're both, think about it, both Bibi and Trump could go to prison for the rest of their earthly existence. And they probably, why are you saying you can't vote for Michelle? What are you guys talking about? I mean, Trump and Bibi are probably well aware of how horrible that would be for them to be prosecuted for international crimes on the world stage. Will they be? Will they be? Oh pendulum, oh pendulum. Will they be held accountable for international crimes? Will they? I have a yes on that. I have a yes on that. I have that Trump and Bibi will be held accountable for international crimes. It will be a while before they be charged. But anyway. All right, shall we get to talking about the DNC? After our meeting, after our Grassroots of Democracy meeting, our guided meditation for a Healed America, we do it every single Tuesday. If you're on our grassrootsofdemocracy.com list, you do get the email, you get the invite to join us every Tuesday night. And if you didn't join us on Tuesday night, you always get a recording of the guided meditation. So after that, I have a discussion for Church of Spirituality. I have a discussion group at Church of Spirituality, and we discuss the readings from Sunday. So we did all that last night. Hang on while I read a dad joke. Did you hear about the race between the lettuce and the tomato? The lettuce was ahead, and the tomato was trying to catch up. That's pretty good. That's a good one. So after all that last night, we had our guided meditation for Healed America like we do weekly, and then we switched over. And I'm bringing this up too because I just posted the link to last night's discussion about the readings at Church of Spirituality, and that's free, and that's it's really good stuff. So check that out. At Church of Spirituality is the YouTube channel. Then I turned on the DNC after all that. Yeah, thank you. The discussion of the readings is really good. It's really stuff to apply to your life. And they had the DJ at the DNC. They had the DJ, and I'm like, oh, this is kind of high energy. This is kind of cool, right? And I was cooking in my kitchen. And I had it on. Before you know it, I'm dancing in my kitchen and whooping. Because I couldn't help it, because the energy was so high and so great, and everyone's so excited at the DNC, and they're smiles galore. There's all this energy. Who was it? Little John, who when they called Georgia, came rapping down the aisle in his blue suit, and people were on fire, and I'm freaking dancing around my kitchen, whooping and cheering and like jumping up and down. And they called Massachusetts, and of course I'm jumping up and down. And then they called Michigan, the state I was born in, right after that, jumping up and down. It was like, this is so fun. So not only are they all excited at the DNC convention, we're all dancing in our living rooms or whatever. We're singing, and it was like, yeah, they played a different song for each state, but I did notice that they didn't play the actual songs, but they played little excerpts from the song, like suggestions of the song, so that's how they got past the copyright thing. What they are playing, though, is Bruce Springsteen and Obama are really good friends, by the way, and you might already know that. And We Take Care of Our Own, great Springsteen song. They do play that one. And Born in the USA, I've heard them play too. You were born in Michigan too? Yeah, I was born in Muskegon. But mostly, I've lived here my whole life. They should have played Happy Days Are Here Again. That's probably public domain. Your husband wanted to know if you were alright because you had your earpods in. The music was a little too loud at times. Couldn't you turn it down? Anyway, so Warren, they probably could have played that song. That's probably public domain. So I'm going to switch cards because we want the positive cards now. What we're seeing is, we're seeing the real America. We're seeing the real America on display. And the real America is one in which Of course everyone wants to support our country. Of course everyone wants to support democracy. Of course we love our country. Of course. The DJ worked on it for months. For a month, just a month. I would think that would have taken longer. By the way, I did see this on a post. I think it's Tony Michaels. It's just a spoof, you know. But I want to tell you something. This is the vision, even though this is just kind of like a mock-up spoof photo. This is exactly the vision, and I kind of was taken aback when I saw it, that I have always seen for Trump as he ages. See? I've always seen that. We need for spokespeople to be talking about what it is that we are feeling. That's what it is to be a spokesperson. To take what's going on and what people are feeling, to take what's going on and take what people are feeling and give the people a voice by expressing it. All right? So we're going to pull 3 cards about how things are for democracy after the first 2 nights. What effect that had. It's been powerful. It's been like, we have been starved for people that are intelligent and are people that can articulate. You think they're playing more of Prince's music tonight? Yeah? Probably. That would fit with Tim Waltz and everything. Okay. After the first 2 nights of the DNC. Queen of Swords and Strength, man. Kamala Harris, a prosecutor. Queen of Swords and Strength. This is what's going on. Tweet Scotcha, you were saying goodbye. Was somebody leaving? I thought you were leaving. I thought I might have made you mad because I said just turn it down. I don't know. I don't know what sets people off. I could probably figure it out. Yeah, it's appropriate that they would play Prince music. I'm sure they got the permission, and you know, with Tim Walz and Minnesota, and Kamala Harris was a big Prince fan. You know, who wasn't a Prince fan? Okay, and so what's going on after the first 2 nights of the DNC, of this convention? Our democracy is really energetically extremely strong. Extremely strong. Because we have an extremely strong woman who was designed, whose life path was for these times. Don't ever think for 1 second that people don't come, people come into this life. Don't think that they don't. And all of us included, that we come into this lifetime with a specific map, right? It's a blueprint. We can opt to not do the blueprint, or we can opt to do our blueprint. When we're doing our blueprint, our lives go really, well, because we feel like we're on our path. Kamala was made for these times, as was Tim Walz. Our democracy knows it has a lot of work to do. But when Michelle was saying last night, do something. We have got to do, like, when you like dot all your I's and cross all your T's, and you just make sure you double check and triple check, and you know, maybe even get OCD about something. It just has to be right. It just has to be right. I have to just be sure. I have to, you know, check the oven before I leave the house, make sure. I mean, we can get OCD about saving our democracy. We all have to do something. It has to be overkill in terms of how much work that we do. It's a lot. There are a lot of nefarious forces attempting to throw voters off the voter rolls. It's not enough to vote. I know Ann's saying vote, 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 but I'm just saying, yeah, and it's not enough. It's not enough to just vote. I know that's all that some people can do, but if in any way possible, you're able to do more than just vote, that's what's really needed. And we need to, I remember, I mentioned it, January 2024, I made a pledge with myself, and I expressed it, that this whole year was going to be devoted to saving our democracy, for me. And I'm hoping that you feel the same way, because that's where we are. Yes, we have a lot of strength. We have a lot of burdens too. The 10 of Rods is like, whoa, you know, look, he's like leaned over. Now, this is so much work. This is going to be so much work. Amy's saying, as I work with my new crop of students, I'm planning to ask them if they're registered and plan on voting. Definitely. If you need these cards, I will mail them to you. The Danger of Christian Nationalism, Project 2025. Yep. You can read it. I have plenty. I will send them to you. If I need to order more, I'll order more from Vistaprint. Michael's signing up for the November election in your county. That's what we're talking about. You need to send me your mailing address. I can't psychically pick it up. I did go to the post office today. Quick thank yous. I haven't opened the envelopes yet. Thank you, Warren Green. Thank you, Kay Henke. Thank you, Warren Green. Oh, 2 envelopes. Thank you, Deborah O'Neill. I appreciate the donations very much. And I'm going to start. Oh, there are more. There's another one. Thank you, Maria Rapini. When people send me something in the mail, I'm going to start sending them some inspirational quotes. So that's a practice that I'm going to start doing. Okay. All right. 3 cards about Kamala. Wasn't Doug Emhoff so sweet? I mean, the whole thing, this whole Democratic convention is so like, oh my, it's like the convention of the normal people. It's like the planet of the normal people. I'm going to pull 3 cards about Michelle Obama and how she's feeling. Oh yeah, Darren got them. Yes. What I'm doing is I'm sending out these flyers to people, you know, to show token of my appreciation with nice quotes and little writings from one of my teachers who's no longer on the earthly plane. My spiritual prosperity teacher from years ago. I have a lot of these flyers with great sayings, like the one that says, "We are here to be happy" by Ernest Holmes. That was from her. Dad joke, my son made an essay about cheese in school. The teacher graded it. Come on, you have dad jokes. What do you mean? Michelle Obama. Here's what's going on for her. She did her civic duty. She showed up and she did an amazing, I mean, everyone's talking about her speech. And the Obamas are looking really like just stellar human beings to the normal, to planet normal people. Yeah, Doug was so cute in his awkwardness. He is cute. Thank you, Barbie. Much appreciate. The 7 of Cups indicates that Michelle Obama now is getting death threats. She worries. She worries about their safety. And the Eight of Rods is actually, Michelle Obama put a fire under the American people's butts. So, that's how she's doing. But it was like a really huge public service that she did. And wasn't it sad when she said that her mom had died and they hadn't been in Chicago since her mom died and they were so close. I thought Obama was going to just start bawling his eyes out when they were talking about Michelle's mom. I remember the day that Michelle Obama's mother died because we were doing a live stream and somebody put it in the chat that day. I don't remember exactly when it was. But she said it was 2 years ago. But the humanity, having people smiling, laughing, being together, there's some big power in that. When we're talking vibrational energy, vibrational frequency, if you ever get worried, just know, maybe even read about it, just know that the power of this frequency is huge. Of the joy and the laughter and the light and the fun. Huge. All right. And how about Chuck Schumer getting out there, going out there dancing? I mean, I think if you were at the DNC right now, just, like I was saying, I was dancing in my kitchen. I think you probably couldn't help but be bouncing around and smiling, right? Everybody at the pool today was talking about the Obamas. Yeah, it was noteworthy. We're going to go back to the nefarious cards, but first I want to pull 3 cards about Kamala and Tim. What up with Kamala and Tim? That was amazing that they had another rally that they were at while the DNC was going on, and then Michelle popped in. I mean, not Michelle, Kamala. You were doing the river dance. It's great. Kamala and Tim, they're just keeping their balance, keeping everything really carefully planned, carefully laid out, carefully, presented. They're Doug and Kamala. I mean, not Doug. Tim and Kamala are really. They're really kind of. They're appealing to the family. The rally in Milwaukee was a full house too. Yeah, they're appealing to the family. They're appealing to, how they're always talking about kitchen table issues. That is their ticket. I feel like that's the ticket that they're focused on the most. In terms of, I guess if you're marketing, you'd be like, in terms of emotional appeal. The emotional appeal is their focus on family values, and of course, kind of goes without saying, women's rights. And the 3 of Cups is celebration. So what we're working on achieving here, and they do feel like they're on their way. This is like a miracle. I did hear that Trump was blaming Mexico for the shooting. Yeah. Cray. Bonafide nutcase. Gonzo. Needs to be in a mental insane asylum like he talks about all the time. Yeah. Projecting. What was he saying? What was Trump doing today? He was projecting something massive. It's always something. I'll think of it. Kamala and Tim. Celebration. I can't sing because I got a copyright claim the other night, and I don't know if it was because I was singing Dancing in the Streets or what. Yeah, this is really positive. This is about family. This is about generosity of the people. Yeah, Tim and Kamala are doing great. They're pacing themselves. They're keeping things in balance. And I really do get that they're, the team behind them that's doing the social media, they're boom, right in line. Yes, it's an amazingly hopeful time. At the beginning of the year, I also told you that the guides told me the theme for the year is 2 words: hope restored. Hope restored. Dad joke. The other day I got jumped by a bunch of clowns as they surrounded me. I didn't know what to do, so I just went for the juggler. I can't believe you were saying you ran out of dad jokes. That's funny. All right. Meanwhile, back in the Trump camp, I want to mention, I want to talk about Midas Touch briefly. A while back, I don't know if you guys watch Anthony Davis and Ron Filipkowski, but they have a pretty good show on Wednesdays. I think it's probably every Wednesday. I really appreciate the Anthony Davis. He's from the UK. He lives here, but I think he's a citizen now. But he's gotten more gentle. I used to feel like he was kind of really down on America all the time. But listen to their show. It's really good. But they were talking about, they mentioned this in their show this afternoon. They were like, you know, at this convention we see all kinds of people from all different walks of life, and it's so diverse. And when you watch like the Magas, they all kind of look the same. Adam Mockley is out there for Midas Touch. Yeah, doing an awesome job. Let's hear it for everybody that's working to save our democracy, that's dedicated their lives to it. It does require that. And so then they were talking about these, like all the MAGA people, right? They're so like if you watch Fox, they're so perfect. They're so like, you know, the women are all blonde and they look like they've just come from the salon and they're all Botoxed out, and like Kimberly Gargoyle was starting to look like a gargoyle, and just like their boobs are all done and excuse me, but that's not what they were saying, but they were just making the point. The veneers on their teeth are all perfect and everything's just perfect, and they're all white, and you know. And the DNC looks like America. Exactly, Amy. Exactly. The DNC looks like the people that you see when you're walking down the street. They certainly, where I live, let me tell you, where I live, people don't look like MAGA people. I'm not judging. I'm just observing. It's the DNC is showing us, here are the American people. They are from, the MAGAs are from, I don't know. I don't understand why they're so weird. There's that word again. I don't understand why they have this need to be so weird. Maybe I will, yeah, Barbie and Ken. Exactly. They don't even look real. Because people have like blemishes and stuff. And you know what this reminds me of? Sorry, I'm blabbing. I'm blabbery tonight. I'm looking to see where the moon is. Wait. I can't really see it from here. Sagittarius. Leo. Hang on. I need to check this. Mercury is in Leo. Okay. Oh, no, wait. Hang on. I'm looking at the wrong week. The moon is in Aries. Oh. The moon just went into Aries. That makes sense. So they look so fake. Right? So it reminds me of the Invasion of the Body Snatchers, which is kind of how we feel. I think that was that movie, the old movie. I think it was black and white. Invasion of the Body Snatchers. Oh, there's a couple on the stage right now whose son is a Gaza hostage, not a dry eye in the hall. Yeah, that's why Biden wanted to get that ceasefire before Monday. And I understand, like, we don't have very many people here tonight, so I appreciate you being here, and it doesn't bother me in the least that we have a lot less people, because that means people are watching the convention. We'll catch them the next time. When does the convention end? So, in the Invasion of the Body Snatchers, there's a certain part of that movie where what's happening... Pause for motorcycles. Tomorrow's the last day? So it's tomorrow night. Okay, thank you, because I didn't know and I hadn't looked it up. Have you guys seen that movie, Invasion of the Body Snatchers? It's like black and white from a long time ago. And there's a certain part in the movie where it's the aliens are stealing humans and replacing them with like clones. Right? And the one thing that, it's a really scary movie. The one thing I remember is a scene where the scientists are going, well, they don't have anything, they don't have any wrinkles, or they don't have any blemishes, and they don't have any, they're nothing. They're just like perfect, right? That's what the Magas are like. Get a pimple or something. Look like a normal human. I'm blabbering. Okay, the Trump campaign. How are they doing? All right. Why you guys are talking about ice cream? That sounds good right now. Scared the behoozes out of you? That movie? That was. I mean, it really stuck with me. That was a very Invasion of the Body Snatchers, and that's, I have felt that way so often. Chuck Hefner, quote from Molly Ivins: "I prefer someone who burns the flag and then wraps themselves up in the Constitution over someone who burns the Constitution then wraps themselves up in the flag." That's a great quote. I don't know who Molly Ivins was. Ages ago, and the women look like Stepford Wives. Yeah, that movie. You should watch it if you haven't seen it. Well, let me tell you what's going on with the Trump campaign. They're hiding their plan for violence. Okay? I'm just going to put it right out there. I kind of was alluding to that earlier with talking about Trump and his nefariousness with Netanyahu. What the Magas are doing is they're planning to... It's not going to work. They're planning already. See, like to them, it doesn't matter that they're going to lose. To the Magas, to the Trump campaign, it doesn't matter to them that they're going to lose, because they're already on the next step. They know they're going to lose. They're noticing what's going on at the DNC. What their minds are on and their planning is on is what they're going to do when they lose. Why do wolves learn meditation? To become a werewolf. That's a good one. Bring that one back in October. Espresso therapy ice cream. Is it called espresso therapy ice cream? I like it. So the Magas, they have our democracy to deal with. What the Magas, what the Trump campaign is up to is they're hiding their secrets, not very well, mind you, about that they know they're going to lose, but they have a plan for violence, okay? And the Six of Wands is indicative of they want to redo January 6th. This is what they want to do. This is what's going on with them in their thinking. And then the Hierophant is, this is the strength of the law and the Constitution. I don't feel like they're going to be able to, I really don't. I don't feel like they're going to be able to get in. I feel like we're going to be protected. Yeah, Ann Richards' daughter was there. That was nice. That was nice. The Hierophant is the Constitution, is convention, there's that word, is tradition, is what we were founded on. They really, that's what it is. Yeah, I'll look up Molly Ivins. Thank you. I'm always into people that have great quotes and great writing. That's what's going on with the Magas. Michael Cohen was there. Oh, he's there? Oh, good. I'm seeing a MAGA campaign to, this is what it is. It's like, when we lose, then this is what we're gonna enact the plan. So they're planning another January 6th style thing. They have a plan for that. And they have a plan for Project 2025. So let's do this. Let's read on Project 2025. Oh, and by the way, I should probably take a moment and say, please hit the thumbs up, and thank you for hitting the thumbs up, and please subscribe. please book a reading. Psychic@Dion.com. I'm having to find other sources of income because nobody's been booking a reading. Oh, gotta do what you gotta do. Okay. I'm going to pull 3 cards about Project 2025 and all the nefarious people that are involved in that. I know, I did see that today. I didn't read it. Today, the Oath Keeper's lawyer pled guilty. So, you know, we're making progress. How's that Project 2025? I know, now I want ice cream too. How's that Project 2025? How's that plan doing? What's up with that? Please join us at grassrootsofdemocracy.com. I need you to do that more than I need you to get a reading. I mean it. I'm gonna be wagging my finger from now till election day. Join Grassroots of Democracy. Look, join grassrootsofdemocracy.com. Put your name on the list so you get all the information, even if you can't attend the meetings. They have an awesome game at the convention. Yeah, they have. Yeah, they know what they're doing. Project 2025. Russia is involved. Yeah. What's going on with Project 2025 is they have Putin's involvement, the Kremlin's involvement, and Orban's involvement. And Orban and Putin aren't doing so well. It seems to me like they need that help, they need that assist in order to pull it off. Not sure why, but that's what I'm getting about Project 2025. The dark forces are losing. The dark forces are losing. Let's pull 3 cards about Ukraine, and then we'll read some tea leaves, and then we'll all go watch the convention. Oh, that's good. Yeah, Florida, DeSantis is off the rails. Do I think George Santos regrets his behavior? No, you know, when I was watching George Santos, the first thing that popped into my head was crocodile tears. That's what the nuns used to say. The nuns had no sympathy. Crocodile tears. Who been sentenced? George Santos? No, not yet. I don't think. Get a restaurant to sponsor you. Patrons eat and can get a reading. Oh yeah, I've got some things in the works. I have always got something brewing. When you're self-employed, you have to figure it out. You have to be really creative. It's a good thing I'm creative. But the readings have dropped off. I've not really gotten anybody from my channel to book a reading in quite some time. Working on it. Nor have I been able to up the number of views. I've just stopped thinking about it. Ukraine. Ukraine is gaining ground. Yeah, Ukraine, yeah, wow, interesting. Ukraine is beaten down. This is like don't ever say you're poor. Stop that behavior right now. Do not reinforce that. Promise me. You will not reinforce that. Watch Church of Spirituality. I mean it. I'm attempting to be helpful. Because I don't want anybody feeling like they're a victim. That's my personal desire. I don't want people to feel like victims. And we have to be less permissive with the negative things that we say are the case for us. So this is why I have Church of Spirituality. Never say you're poor. Instead of saying you're poor, just say, look, I have this and I have this and I have this, and work. I'm telling you how to turn it around. Russia is exhausted. Russia. So Rose, here's the thing. you're still okay. Do I need to do prosperity coaching for everybody here? I mean, I know, I feel it. I understand what you're going through. I just know that it's up to me to change it. That's all. That's all I'm saying. I don't have it all figured out either. I think that's obvious. Santos, Navarro, Steve Bannon all in jail together. Ha ha ha. All right. Russia, if you're listening, Russia is worn down. Yes, Rose, I was just going to say that. Just be thankful you had the funds to cover the water heater expense. Yes, that's what happens when you have a home, right? It's part of the deal. It's part of the contract. Amy saying, I may not have money, but I have a rich life. Ditto. Ditto. I mean, think about this. Think about how, since we're on the topic, are you happy? Are you feeling good? Do you have energy? You have a roof over your head? You got food to eat? You have people that care for you? People that care about you? You can laugh? You can have a great time and doing simple things. Obama talked about that last night. Bell ring, ding, ding, ding. What? Okay, I'll ring the bell. You are way wealthier than all those billionaires out there that need so much, that are so sick with greed. You have so much more. If you have $100 in the bank, and you've got friends, and you've got food, and you have a roof over your head, you know, we always can get more money. Money can always come to us if we don't shut it out by saying that we're poor. I didn't mean to go into a big rant about you have a lot, but look at how miserable those people are. Look at how miserable the MAGA people are. We don't want them to be miserable, but they're choosing to make it all about money. And how many Botox treatments they get. Look at Matt Gaetz. Remember Matt Gaetz? At the RNC? You think he's happy? Money is God in action, yes. But when we're lacking dollars, we shouldn't feel like we don't have anything. Yes, I'm in my... Cheryl's commenting on my red, white, and blue. Feeling festive. Putin is failing. It's getting very hard for Putin. Matt Gaetz. The King of Rods. Ukraine is standing. Ukraine is holding strong. Amy saying, somehow my needs get met. You always get what you need, right? Life at times is an act of faith. How about life is always an act of faith? You don't want to think about Matt Gaetz? Well, don't. Tweet Scotchy, I'm being really flippant with you tonight. I don't know what's going on. Don't think about Matt Gaetz. If the music's too loud, then just turn it down. Yeah, but the DNC convention last night, that roll call, that was one for the history books. This whole thing, isn't it kind of cool that you're living through these interesting times? Darren saying, my friend quit her job, got divorced at age 50, got a job as a crew member on a 3-master sailing ship. Ooh, nice. And sailed the South Pacific. She gave me this great advice. I can live high and I can... You dropped off. I don't know what you're going to say. We're reading some tea leaves. Live low. Yeah. I mean, really. There's so much more to life than just how many dollars you have. We're almost done. Be grateful. We're almost done. Don't worry. I'll be out of here in a minute. Oprah's speaking tonight? Is that true? We'll read the tea leaves. I'll beg you to get a reading and then I'll go. And I do want to remind you that I'm going to DC on Friday. And thank you to all of you who have donated. See? I'm so prosperous. I'm going to DC. Don't I look like I belong in DC? You think? You think I belong in DC? Cory Booker is speaking out. Good. I'm glad people are watching it. Okay, we've got some tea leaves. Trying to figure out what I see here. Okay, we'll keep looking and see. Okay, this looks like a leaping animal. That looks like a leaping something. What does it look like to you guys? That looks like the head of a horse, and that's an airplane. Hold that thought. Hang on a second. I want to look this up. That looks like a bird, right? Okay, thank you for coming. That looks like a bird. And I'm trying to figure out what kind of bird does that look like to you? Yeah, U.S. leaping forward, because this is underneath the horseshoe, which is lucky. We're in a very lucky time. And this is, yeah, things leaping forward. That's like something's leaping forward, and there's an airplane. We are going to see something happening very quickly. Or a bunny. Yeah, I kind of see it like lunging forward. We are going to make a big lunge forward. This movement is unstoppable. Anna's saying cardinals. It's unstoppable. There's going to be a lot of forward movement. This is like chariot stuff. This is like, yeah, that's an eagle. You're right. It is an eagle. This is going to be, we're in a lucky time for the United States. A hummer has a long beak. I don't know what a hummer is. You mean a hummingbird? Because, we're calling a spade here. We are going to see Trump just falling apart. It's going to be undeniably obvious. And then here we have this reminds me of the hermit here. You see a woman walking away under the horseshoe. Isn't it interesting what you see? That might be a Melania. Looks like a woman behind the lunge forward. Yeah. This is like quantum leap kind of stuff. This is going to be huge. Remember, in January I said the theme the guides gave me was hope restored. We talked about it then. Whenever you feel freaked out by MAGA, by Trump, and all his really scary things that he does and says, I want you to think about energy and the electricity at the DNC. We're seeing on full display what is true, what real America is. I think we have a dad joke to close. We have a quote to close. Vanity and narcissism, the compulsive need to be admired and praised, undermine one's courage, for one then fights on someone else's conviction rather than one's own. Rollo May. So true. Have conviction. We're doing we're doing this. It's amazing. I will be with you on Friday, but I'll be in DC. The contrasts are obvious. Yeah, the contrast between where MAGA is and where we are. This is like no contest. We just have to work on getting voter suppression to stop. And Cory Booker is giving an excellent speech. So let's go watch the convention. Grassrootsofdemocracy.com. We have a discussion group meeting tomorrow night. Please join us. Please be involved. See you soon. I love you guys. I'm so grateful that we're together. It's been a long journey, but we've been in it together and we're staying on it. All right? Have a great night. Let's go democracy. See ya.